Rambling Hour with Lisa, Season 14, Episode 7. Happy Sunday. It is April 21st, which is crazy because April's almost done, which means we're going into May. Time is flying by. Before you know it, it's going to be summertime when we come to Canada for a visit, so that's exciting. And yeah, so what have you guys been up to this week? What's new with you? Have you missed me? You can always watch more of me on my old lives. They're all under my videos on Facebook. So, yes, still got the 100-day cough, but feeling better. I've had a headache today for some reason, though. Like, not when I woke up, but then soon after, I just kind of got like a sinus headache and everything. I don't know what's going on with that. Could be allergies. 'Tis the season. It's always fun to be a gardener with seasonal allergies, but for the most part, I'm feeling good. Brushed the dog, cleaned the house, like vacuumed. I didn't want to vacuum all the dog hair and everything up until after I brushed Lena. She's a German Shepherd, and she's very hairy, so I brushed her and then vacuumed the living room, dining room, entranceway, and I cleaned the kitchen before that as well. So I've had a productive day. Things are good, and I like when I'm feeling better because then I can get things done. So what do I have on our agenda today? Oh, Mom says, hi Lisa. Hi Mom. What do I have on the agenda today for us? Well, I see that that's not really a nice view, is it? With the, what can I put there? Who knows? Anyways, just ignore that. This is what I'm talking about, like when we got our electricity, like our electricians, they redid our wiring. So even though we had painted the living room and dining room a couple of years ago, when we got all of our electrics done, the wiring to the new plugs went in like this. This is how they do it here because it's solid brick behind. So they cut some of the, what we call drywall in Canada, here they call it plasterboard. They cut some of that out and just put this, what's this stuff called? Not tracking. Is it tracking? Like the stuff to hold the wires in. So there, and then you would plaster over this and then repaint. And we haven't filled it in yet and repainted yet. So we have these in lots of places. Upstairs, they didn't have to do that because they come from, like the floor is in between the upstairs and the downstairs. So if the wires are going in there, when you go upstairs, like into our bedroom, you don't have to go very far from the floor to where you're going to put a plug. But coming down, it comes like to there, right? Because here we don't have a basement, and underneath the floor is solid concrete, which is the pad that they built the house, which they do a really huge concrete pad because the houses are made of brick, so it needs to be strong enough to hold the house. Anyways, so that's what's going on there. So yes, what do I have in store for us? One thing I was, let's see where to start. So my week, I should write these things down because as soon as I try to think of these things, I forget anything that I've done in the past week. I know I had some time outside and just trying to get things done. Yesterday, me and Steve went to a painting class. So it's been like 7 years since him and I have gone to painting classes. And although I've done art most of my life, Steve hasn't, and he wants to learn more. Plus, it's time for us to spend together. And so, yeah, 7 years is a long time to not have done any painting. That's for him. And I do arts and crafts and different things all the time. But for him, yeah, so and we had lots of fun. We did watercolor. I'm not happy with my nest, my bird's nest. I want to work on it more. But for the most part, I really enjoyed the class. I learned some new techniques that I didn't know before, and it was a good class. So we have a few more coming up that I signed up for, and yeah, we'll try and keep that in our lives now, like regularly, just painting. One of the ones coming up is acrylic, another one is oil, and then there's some mixed media courses and stuff too that I might even go to during the day, even if Steve can't make it because he has to work. Because I'd like to learn to do mixed media, and I haven't really done anything like that. So mixed media means like, so a medium is a type of, so watercolor is one medium. If you use clay to make sculptures, that's a medium. If you use rocks to make rock sculptures, that's a medium. Acrylic paint, oil paints, like different. So if you work with plastic, That's a medium. So it's whatever you're using as your material for your arts and crafts. Mixed media is where you would have something that has a bunch of different stuff on it. So you might glue some things onto a canvas and then you paint over them, and then you put some material on them, like like you would sew, like material, and you might glue some wooden words on, and then use a different kind of paint or ink, or so mixed media means you do a bunch of stuff. Yeah, you've seen like those types of scrapbooks and stuff. I've been always a realist, so my stuff is always like straight edges. The writing has to be on the lines, like everything has to be like in order, and then even my paintings, it has to look as real as possible. And so I've never let myself be more loose like that and free and do stuff like mixed media, and I'd really like to learn more of it. One of the reasons is because of my personal journey on with my witchy ways. So I did download the second book that I wanted to listen to by the author Erin, what's her name again? Erin Murphy. The one that did I listened to The Kitchen Witch, and so I got The Green Witch. And now listening to The Green Witch, I haven't finished listening to it, but I started, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is so me. Like, not only do I keep a nice home and do all those things in the kitchen, so yes, the House Witch, that's what it was, not The Kitchen Witch. So yes, I could be a kitchen witch, I could be a house witch, but when I was listening to the Green Witch book so far, it is so me, because it talks about how there's not as much structure around a green witch. So green witches are ones that use plants and herbs and connect with nature that way and stuff like that. And there's not as much structure. It's not based like necessarily on rituals and spells and potions, like all those things. It's not as structured. So you just go by your intuition and your connection with plants and that kind of stuff. So so I absolutely could relate to a green witch. But it's funny because I don't know if I said this to you guys or just to Steve, because I'm so funny, like a comedian. So you have the Green Witch, and then you have the House Witch, and then so I'm a greenhouse witch, and I have a greenhouse, so I'm the greenhouse witch. Get it? So with that, I have a book. It's a grimoire. So if you have your grimoire, which is your spiritual practices in like your witchcraft and stuff like that. See, Wicca is a type of, it's basically a religion, and I don't want to practice Wicca because I don't want to practice any religion, because I don't want to stick to a structure saying this is the way it should be done in any type of religion, like this and this and this. I am absolutely, in my spiritual life, I am way more based on, and this is what I believe, is that if you want to connect to the higher power, to your ancestors, to your spirit team, to whoever, it's inside. So meditation and all those things, like on your own, you can do this. Yes, having a church or some type of worship place like that is nice for the community and other people if they believe the same things as you, and there is something to that. But I believe that anything that you want, you can. So if you're Catholic, it's called prayer. So you can pray to God, and when they say your answers, like God will answer you in whatever way and stuff, like I really do believe that you, whether it's reflection, prayer, whatever you want to call it, meditation, going within, closing your eyes, relaxing, just connecting. And you could do it while you're doing dishes, while you're driving to work, when your mind is just a little bit, not that you're not paying attention to what you're doing, but when you're just a little bit relaxed and you're in that zone where, you're doing dishes and you're kind of just letting your mind drift. Those are the times that you can connect if you don't want to just sit down and actually meditate. But I believe that you can connect to your higher power with just yourself. You don't need gimmicks and all these. As much as I love things, you don't need all these things to connect. All you need is yourself and your brain, your mind, your consciousness. So that's what I believe. You don't have to believe that, but that's what I believe. However, speaking of stuff, I do like my stuff, and it's like some people are really into crystals and like gems, crystals, and all those things. So they'll have a crystal for everything, and this crystal will help you with this, and this crystal will help you with that. And I'm not saying that that's not true. There is truth to it, absolutely. And then there's the next person who is all about their tarot cards and their oracle cards. I've explained what those are to you guys before, and they're all about their cards, and they can't live without their cards, and And then the next person is all about astrology and the stars, and everything is based on that. And again, all these things are true, but we're all individuals, so what we're called to and where we focus our attention and how we learn is going to be different for each of us. So I think I've always been more into like the witchy type things, but there is still a part of me that's like a bit nervous about like, if you say you're a witch or if you look like you're doing those witch things. I mean, when you see what's happening in the States right now with abortion and women's rights and stuff like that, it's scary. It's scary to think that we could quickly go back to a time hundreds of years ago. So what is to stop something happening and then people turning on, they'll turn on you for your religion, they'll turn on you for your nationality, they'll turn on you for your hair color, your whatever. Like, there's so many things to be prejudiced against, and it's just a matter of saying that these types of people are bad, which no types of people are bad. Even bad people are, like, anyways, my point is that there is still a part of me scared to look too witchy, or have a house that's too witchy, or practice too many things that are witchy, because I know my grandma, my mom's mom, after she passed away, she came to me, and she was just so happy, and she was one of the first people that I connected with in spirit, if you want to believe this stuff. And she always goes like this with her hands. She was so happy for me that I could be spiritual and that I could learn this kind of stuff, because she knew that she had abilities and believed in this stuff, that there was more to all of this than just the Catholic religion. But because she grew up so Catholic, and the time that she was raised in, from 1916 she was born, and she died in 1996 at 80, she wasn't able to do anything like I'm able to do, even talking about all this stuff, and I know there's some of you watching right now that not only do you not believe in this stuff, I used to go to these dinners, and they were Christian based, but I really loved them. It was mostly older ladies. It was called the Women's After 5 Club. So it was mostly older ladies, and yes, it was based on Christian stuff, but it wasn't overly Jesus and stuff. And they would have a guest speaker every time, and a dinner and a theme. So one day, like, one theme might be like, we dressed up like all country, like cowboys and cowgirls and anything. But I really love them. But when I started talking about like going on a spiritual workshop and this stuff, they would tell me, that that's the devil stuff and everything else. So there's lots of people who still might not understand or believe this kind of stuff or agree with it, which is fine. But I'm able to live this life, and I'm so grateful for that. And my grandma from the other side is happy that I get to be as free and open and honest as my brain. Like, I can say exactly what I'm thinking and not be stoned or put in prison or burned at the stake or thrown into a river to see if I sink or float. I don't need to be persecuted for my beliefs, and this is what people do. They take for granted the freedoms that we have in a lot of countries and this life. There's a lot of people who are still living in places that they don't have the benefits that we have. So my point was that I'm still a little bit scared of, I think I've already talked about, like I say this to Steve all the time, I guess I shouldn't be scared, because truth is, in a lot of time periods or a lot of cultures, I would have been stoned or burned or beaten or whatever to death, because I am outspoken, I'm loud, I don't always think the way that the average person does, which I've had to learn to learn how the average person thinks, because you just assume everyone's the same as you, especially when you're younger, and then you learn that, so not everybody, I don't have much of an embarrassment factor. So I had to learn that something I would do or say could be embarrassing to someone else, even if it wasn't embarrassing to me, because the average person would be embarrassed by that. So these things I had to learn. So what I'm saying is that probably most time periods or other cultures, for one reason or another, I would be put to death, because most cultures, especially in the past, do not like strong, independent, outspoken loud women. You know, you have to be put in your place, do what you're supposed to do, yada yada. And I can't see, I mean, listen, I love being a housewife. I love cooking and cleaning, and so that part of me is, I love doing those things. So if I had to be in that role, I could see where I could thrive in that role. But as soon as I'm told what to do, it just doesn't fly with me. Ask me to do something, and I will happily probably do it. But tell me to do something, and even if I want to do that, there's the walls that go up, you're not going to tell me what to do, and all of that. So anyways, I know Mom, if Mom's watching, she's just like, oh, enough with the witch stuff. Let's talk about something else. I'm glad that you guys love me. I don't know if I told you guys this last week. Maybe I did. Hang on. Yeah, I did. That Allison, our 20-year-old, always someone said, oh, Mom's on, so she wants to watch. She either watches live or she watches later. But it's nice when I have these people who, like daughters and moms, that want to watch me, even if I'm talking about just things that I'm interested in, even if you guys aren't. So a few months ago, Owen, our 32-year-old, hang on, 22, so 23, 33 this year. My gosh, time is just flying by. So yeah, he's 32. He used to get these things called loot boxes. It was like a box that would come each month, and it would have like some awesome stuff in. His were like more based on like, what do you call comic books again? Graphic novels and superheroes and different things that he was interested in. But he would get like a t-shirt in it and like just all this good, cool stuff. So you would pay, it's a subscription. So you pay a certain amount a month, and then you get this box of stuff that is valued more than you're paying. And it's just like a surprise. So I, a few months ago, signed up for one called the Witch Casket. Now this is really exciting to me because I don't know a lot about witch stuff, but the more I listen to the witch things, it's really, there's not a lot of different, I mean, honestly, you can relate all religions to each other. So what I'm doing in my spiritual life, like meditation and different things like that, intentions, manifesting, putting things out into the universe, those things are so similar to the things that you would do in witchcraft. And if you go, like, I was raised Catholic, so that's why I'm making the comparison to it. But it's like I said, prayer is just like meditating or saying your intentions is like a wish, is like trying to manifest. Like they all link up. So you just have to find the religion that you feel you fit with. And right now I'm on the not Wicca journey, but just witchcraft in general, and just seeing what that has to offer. I like learning. When I went to school, I know I said I was raised Catholic, and I was, and I went to Catholic schools, but in high school, like we always had religion class growing up. It was just another class, but in high school it was more about learning about all the different religions and the differences and similarities, and I really appreciated that, especially because at a Catholic school, some of them could be very strict where they wouldn't teach anything except what they believe. But luckily, the school I went to, shout out to Archbishop O'Leary High School in Edmonton, Alberta, and all my alum, and my nephew is going there right now too, so that's cool. Yeah, we learned about all different religions, and I just love that. I haven't ever taken theology classes to like really deep dive into them, but I've always been open and listening. And let me like skirt over to this. What do they call that again? I always hear it on the podcast when they sidetrack themselves to a. There's a word for it. Maybe it'll come to me. The book that I'm reading, the Secret Diary of a British Muslim, age 13 and a half, by Tez Ilyas, is, I've started reading it. I haven't got too far into it, but there's two things that I had to, because, I take pictures of my books so I can read it on my phone, but then I had to, like, keep scrolling all the way to the pictures of the back of the book, and then all the way to the front of the book, because in the front, some of the first few pages are, like, a list of, he calls them characters, but it's a diary. So it's like the list of like his sisters, brothers, parents, friends, like who is who, so that if you're reading a story and someone's name is there, you can like look at that and be like, oh, that was his friend from school or whatever. And then at the end, it has like a glossary, like an index of Arabic and Pakistani words. So if they in their house use, because he wrote the diary, like it's written how he would have wrote it as he was 13. So, and also how they grew up in their household. So all different cultures say different words. You know, some of the words I say, Steve is like, what does that mean? And vice versa, because we grew up in different countries, even if we're both English speaking. So I love it. I'm learning new things. And then also, like, he's Muslim, so I'm learning different, like, you know, how I grew up Catholic. He grew up Muslim. So there's different, you know, like Ramadan and things that they have to do and everything else. It's really interesting. So yes, I've always been open to learning about different religions. I think basically, what do they say? Many roads, one destination. Like we all go to the same place. And anyways, oh, I digress. That's what they say when you bounce to something else. I digress. So let me come back to what I was saying about the witch stuff. Okay, so like Owen's loot boxes, I have subscribed to Witch Casket for a few months now. So the thing is that because I'm just learning about this stuff, and I don't, even if I went into a shop, I wouldn't know what to buy myself. I don't need lots of stuff. That's not how it works. It's more based on, like I said, even in that, they just talk about connecting and meditation. It's if you do any of these spiritual things, any types of teachers, they'll just tell you that you need to meditate. You meditate. So that's the biggest thing you need to do in a spiritual life is. So I guess it would be the same as being in a structured religion and them saying how much you need to pray. That reflection time is super important. So with these boxes, it gives me a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Hi Auntie Diane. So each box has a theme that they put things together for. And it's just really exciting because it's like a birthday gift or a Christmas gift just for me. None of us who subscribe to it know what we're gonna get. We know the theme, but we don't know what we're gonna get in the box until it comes. And they don't put it online until a little bit afterwards, you know, so that everybody has their boxes and has time to go through it. So it's like a surprise every month. It's so exciting, and I'm learning so much. The only thing is that, like, I get the box, and I know it's based on a theme, but everything is labeled, and you know exactly what it is. So I didn't know if I should, like, then put it all back in the box and keep that box as this, if I wanted. But some of the things are useful, and you would use in other things too. Like there's one that has a cup and saucer, so that doesn't have to stay in the box. I could actually use that cup and saucer for tea, right? So I don't know if I should divide everything and put like all the gems together, like this, you know, the stones and everything together, and all the incense together, all the candles together, because that's how I like to live my life, or if I should keep them in the boxes. Anyways, I've decided that I am going to I'm going to separate them because things that can be used for different things, right? So I thought to kill time on this rambling hour that I would go through them with you guys. Not like, I'm not going to show you like I'm not going to read it and tell you everything, but I'm going to show you basically what's in them. And then after my live, I can separate them and put things away and everything else. But, I don't know if you guys will like doing this or not, but this is what we're doing now. So if you're watching this live and you want to talk about anything, we can definitely talk about subjects while I'm doing this as well, because we know that my brain gets sidetracked anyways. So, and I'm sitting in my dining room. That's the 4 kids, year 11 photos. So Owen, Amy, Tom, and Allison. Year 11 is their last year of high school. And then below it, I don't know if you can see, is Aurora and Erica. But that picture is like from a couple of years ago. She's in year 11 right now. And we didn't get the school picture, so I still have to take a picture of her before she's done year 11. She starts her exams tomorrow as well, like for her finals. Like this is it, her last year, so this is like her marks on her exams and stuff is what, you know, bases her, you know, for going into college and stuff next year. So good luck to Erica on her exams for the next couple of months. So, so each box goes out about the 14th of the month, and some of them are here within a day or two because the post is quite quick. They all come in, well, they come with a black plastic, oh, I think it's in, yeah, it's like this. I don't want to show you my address, but it says RHwL, and then it says, and this is, they ship worldwide, sent with love from the UK. So it comes in this black like envelope type thing on it, and then you take that off, and then they all come in these cardboard boxes that say witch casket. Wait, let me put those wings in and take a still shot of me. And then, yeah, it's a really cute box. That's something I liked about Owen's loot boxes. All his boxes were different. Sometimes you could take the box and you could fold it into something else, like a robot or different things. It was very cool. Or one of them might stand up like this and look like a building, you know, or you could put it on your bookshelf or whatever. It was really, I have a couple of his boxes that I really liked and he didn't want from his loot boxes. So in this, they give you this little the little booklet, and it tells you everything that's in this and what it is. So this is, that was backwards. This is my February one. Oh wait, what did I? Oh, hang on. Let's move down here. This should be December. Yeah, December. Okay. So December was my first month that I got one. Again, a little booklet tells you everything in it, witch casket, lunar magic. So, which was cool because I was starting my new journal January for my moon journal and learning a lot about different moon stuff. It's a lot to take in. But then again, you go back to the Farmer's Almanac or my planting by the moon. Like there's so many farmers and people who believe in. And the moon, we know it affects the tides, so, air pressure, lots of things. So there's science and spiritual stuff together. So I am trying to learn about phases of the moon and different things. And lucky if you guys, especially in Canada and stuff, got to see the eclipse. We couldn't see it from here. So this was moon magic. So they put a little like postcardy type thing in, and it's monthly manifestations. So you have a picture on there from the artist, and then it gives you a little blank, like a little questions on the back to fill out, and you get one of those every month. Oh, this is the other thing about separating the stuff is that they put incense or different herbs and stuff in the box, so the smell of them is so good. But I got a tote from the Witch Casket. So all their stuffs are mostly exclusive to Witch Casket, made for them. So that's a little tote. This I opened. This is a manifestation charm bag kit. So it, again, when I get to the other ones, I don't have to show you everything in every. So this is everything you need to do, like a manifestation charm, like ritual or whatever. Number 1, number 2, those are herbs, and then a little pouch to do your herbs. And that tells you what's in it. Manifestation charm bag. It tells you what to do. Mini scroll, white, and what you need to do your spell and stuff like that. So remember that this witch casket goes to witches new and old and practicing all different things. Some very serious about their practices, and some like me just learning about these things. So I love that. I don't know a lot about these things, and it's just exciting to, like, this is just a wall hanging, which is cute, because the other thing I can do with this stuff is that I can give these away as gifts if I wanted. If there's stuff in here that I'm not really, like, it's all right. You get a scroll every month too, and this one I did. I don't ever want to open these things because I'm like, I need to keep, like, for scrapbooking or whatever. This is the magical phases of the moon, so it'll teach you things and different stuff. And it's a very exciting, like I said, it's like opening a gift. You get an enamel pin each month. This is a, see, I have these from Feathers as well, but I've always chosen my own. This is a pendulum. And I think I've showed you guys pendulums before. Did I show you guys how to use pendulums? I don't remember if I did or not. I can tell you really quickly. So a pendulum, now you guys have probably done this, ladies, gentlemen. Have you ever done where you put a pin on a thread and see how many girls or boy babies someone's going to have? It's similar to that. Now some people think this is all your body moving it or you're making it up, but you can try this for yourself. You can have anything. It's better with a point on the end, but you can make your own if you want, or find one. They're easy to come across. So you put it over your fingers like this, because if you hold it like this, first of all, your hand's going to get sore, and it's more likely that you will move it without realizing it. So I dangle mine over a few fingers like that. Now, you can stop it, and then in your mind or out loud, you can ask the pendulum. So you need to find out what is yes and what is no. So you're going to ask it a basic question like, is my name Lisa? Okay, and now I know I'm moving as well, but you can see it's starting to go back and forth. So my name is Lisa, that's a yes. So going back and forth is going to be my yes. Stop. Okay. Am I living in India? Now, can you see that it's going in circles? I don't know if you can tell that it's going in circles. And now, what are the chances that I'm able to make it go in circles while I'm talking to you guys? So, stop. You can stop it if you want by yourself, but there. So, yes, lots of people will think that I'm making this stuff up, but now I can ask questions like, well, it's spinning like a no, but I haven't asked it anything yet. Okay, stop. Are there ancestors around me right now? Well, it's going in circles. It's really going in circles, which is my no. So nobody's around me right now. So like to you guys, that might look like I'm doing that. I am not moving my hand at all. It's going up and down because I'm holding my arm up in the air, but I'm really not doing anything. Okay, stop. So that's how a pendulum works. You can also use it over maps to find areas like, so it might, if you're yes or no's over a map, if you're looking for something or, anyways, that's how a pendulum works. My teacher, Steve, could tell you more if you take a class. There you go. So, pendulums. This is a magical moon water bottle. So it's got a moon on it. So you can get water, put it out under a full moon, and it'll charge your water with moon energy. Water is very powerful and cleansing. So again, there's so many things that, I mean, think about holy water in a Catholic church. These things, like, again, go across the board. It just depends what your beliefs are. But yeah, so this, this could be filled with holy water if you're Catholic. I'm not saying you need to order this stuff. I'm just saying, so this is a crescent moon crystal tray. So you can keep your crystals in this. Now, lots of people will take their crystals out and charge them under the moon. I don't know if you cleanse them under the moon too, maybe? I can't remember. Some crystals you can cleanse with water. Some of them you can't, because if they're like certain ites at the end, then it, like, I can't remember what, but some of them are like, okay, like Himalayan salt, that, the big like Himalayan salt lamp, you wouldn't, like, if you dust that, you're not going to wet it because it's salt, it's just going to melt. So some crystals and stuff are, you can put them in salt to clean, but you can't put them in water. So you got to know what your stone is and how to cleanse it of negative energy and stuff. This is an enchanting blend of rose and myrrh. It's just moon magic incense. It is yummy. And then there's just some packing peanuts in there. And this is what I'm saying. Do I leave all of this moon stuff together, or do I put it, especially because everything's labeled, do I, you know, because I can use, I know this is for the moon, but I can use these things at different times, right? Because then once I have my moon water, I don't know about like doing spells and all that kind of stuff. I'm not necessarily, again, like, what's an example? Like I said, even with my spiritual stuff that I do, I don't use lots of like tarot cards or oracle cards, or I don't use lots of physical things. So it would be the same as doing spells and potions and satchels and like all these things. I don't know how much I'm going to do that kind of stuff, but I don't know. Even making, like, I think the most I would do right now is like how I cook and, you know, blessing my food and putting, as I put different herbs in and that kind of stuff. It's kind of like my spell work, but like I said, these go out to so many, oh, I forgot to put stuff. These go out to so many people that some people are very serious witches and do some very serious work. And so they need these things, but I'm so lazy. I'm not lazy. I do lots of things all the time, but it's, there's things that I really left a lot of stuff out. There's other things that I could be doing with my time. But I like learning about it, and I like stuff. So, January was magic rituals. And what goodies do we have in January? So this is a book of rituals. So people can write down. It actually gives you your page. It says date, day of the week, moon phase, ritual actions and incantations, notes and outcome. Ritual name, intention, purpose, goal, magical items and tools used, deities and or elements invoked. So just to keep track of your things. Like if I do a meditation, I write all my meditations down, or writing your dreams down, or whatever is up your street. So this is the monthly manifestation card. That's the the drawing on it. And this is altar blessing ritual kit. Your altar is where you do your work. It's kind of like when I'm gardening, I have my workbench. So that's your altar. Yeah. And then you have your, you know that place, like if you have it in your house, like you have a shelf and you have pictures of your loved ones who have passed away. Wait, what? That's not an altar. Yeah, that's an altar. So what's the space that you work at again? My brain's not working. Like a shrine, an altar, and then you have your place that you work. I don't know, it'll come to me. Ornate wooden slice ritual tile. So a wooden slice, like from a tree. And it's a ritual tile. Now I'm not remembering what it's called, like your work table that you would do stuff at. I don't know why it's not coming to me. Decorative ritual bowl. This is really cute. And if you guys want to talk about anything else, just let me know. Witch casket. It's tin or whatever, metal. Oh, that's heavy. What do we have here? It is a witch casket exclusive. I'm just going to say what it is. Sorry, it's a candle holder. So the bottom looks like a little witch's brew. What's it called again? A cauldron. Like cauldron feet, and you put your candle standing up in there. And this is my stone. I don't know if you can see through there very well. It is glasses. Fluorite. So, and then again, like lots of people will have different gemstones and stuff. I have a few from feathers, but again, like I said, I wasn't really into material things like that, so I don't have like lots and lots of stuff. This is my enamel pin. and spell candles, my scroll. And how cool is this? This is my very first one. Let me just read what the scroll says without opening it. Yeah, and this tells you what's in here and what they're for and everything. So it's really good. Like fluorite tumbled stone. I need to dry my glasses too because my hair is wet still a little bit, so they get all the, what do you call it? Moisture. I don't remember. Well, the brain's not working. So, fluorite tumbled stone. Fluorite helps to cleanse, purify, and stabilize, which helps concentration, organization, and memory. Oh, well, there you go. I should use this stone. It can absorb negative energy and stress and encourage new ideas, learning, and confidence. But I was looking, the parchment scroll. So, self-empowerment ritual parchment scroll. So, that's a scroll that I haven't opened yet. This month's parchment scroll is inscribed with a simple, beautiful ritual to make you realize the strength you hold. This information can be copied to your grimoire, book of spells, or you can simply place the sheet inside your spellbook. Framed, these scrolls can also add splendor to the walls of your home. So that's the other thing, is that I don't think everybody in this house wants me to have a very witchy house. So some of the stuff is kind of like on the down low, like not that I'm, it's just, it's for me. This is like for me. I know I'm sharing it with the world, but in the house, everything I do, like this is not, like Steve is my spiritual teacher, and we have the right teachers when we need the right teachers, and I'll still learn and listen to him, and he knows so much, so I have lots still to learn. But the witchy kind of stuff is just for me. There's nobody else in this house who really cares about this stuff, and this isn't the type of spiritual journey that Steve necessarily takes. But I can also see so many crossovers, that things that like someone who practices witchcraft would, and I guess that's where the people who think that people who even do spiritual stuff is like the devil's work and everything else, which we know it's not. But so this is cool. This is what I was saying. This is my very first, it doesn't even have to be a magic wand, but this is my very first wand. I mean, come on, some of you guys just have wands because of Harry Potter, so you can't say anything. How cool is this? Now, everything that you have, just like stones and metal, copper, even wood, everything holds energy differently. So something that they were talking about with because this is called the Rambling Hour, we know I'm a rambler, both with this mouth and even nature walks and stuff like that. Something with a green witch is a staff, which is, they said, similar to, did they say it was similar to a wand? But because it's wood and it helps you connect with the staff with like grounding and the earth and stuff. So I'm not going to like go out and get a staff, but I'm going to keep my mind open, and when the right staff is meant for me, I might get myself a walking stick. So, we already did everything in here. That was the last thing. So let's move on to the next one, which is this one, which is February. I hope you guys are enjoying this. February love charms. Everything smells so good. So this is Open Your Heart Bath Ritual Kit. Stuff for in the bath. And their monthly manifestation card. So this is where I'm like going to put all the cards together, like all the manifestation cards together and everything else. And this is the Loving Oracle. So I told you guys last week about what Oracle decks are. Let me read what it says on the back here. It says, a magical card deck to give insight into friendships, romance, and matters of the heart. If you need insight into a particular relationship, shuffle the deck while thinking of the question, then pull a card. Well, let's see. My relationship with my viewers, and that sharing my spiritual life with them. So I don't know how to shuffle. I know how to shuffle, but these aren't like the size of playing cards. Speaking of playing cards and stuff, Steve wasn't out with his mates tonight because not enough of his friends were going out. So, right, cut the deck. See, like again, I don't do this kind of stuff. I just connect in my head with my spirit team and do whatever, you know, and my dreams. I do a lot of dreams. But let's see what it says. Karma. So I have no idea what that has to do with viewers and talking about my spiritual life, but it says, be mindful of karma. There is something untoward on one side of this that could bring about negative results. Be mindful of karma. There is something untoward on one side of this that could bring about negative results. I don't know what that means, but sometimes you don't. You'll figure it out later. So I don't know what negativity could come from me talking about my spiritual stuff, but I did talk about like the witch thing and people who were persecuted in the past. And I guess it's the same thing, like I said. People who think I'm nice and they like watching these for certain things about me, like gardening and everything else, they might see this and be like, oh, I'm not going to watch her stuff anymore if she's into that woo-woo stuff, and like this is just too dark. Witch stuff is way darker than just some spirit stuff. So like I said, each to their own. I have lots of different interests, and my lives are not always going to be about this stuff either. I just wanted to organize this stuff, and I thought, why not do unboxing on here for one of my episodes so that I can take this stuff out, show you guys, and then I can put it away properly. So we have bath salts, a magical salt blend containing 100% jasmine oil and chamomile flowers, time-tested salt from Deb's Family Book of Shadows. Deb and her daughter, I'll tell you what her name is. I don't want to get it wrong. Come on. Oh, maybe it's in the front. I know they write a little message. Oh, it is Ella. I thought it was Ella. Deb and Ella. Deb and her daughter Ella. They are the ones who put all these together and have this. So this is the little bath salts. And I have all these boxes too once I use things. This is the pin. Love spells, it says. And again, if I don't want to keep these things, I can give them away as gifts. I'm going to put my glasses back up. We have rose quartz. That's a very common stone. You might even have some of that yourself, rose quartz on a necklace or something like that. And then it goes back to colors of stones and different things go with the chakras and like lots of things that I've learned in my spiritual stuff. Oh, this is, so look at this little sachet with a rose on it. And you have this, do you know when I went to painting on Saturday, it was my first time painting since I needed glasses, and it's just a world of difference needing to put them on to do stuff. Bewitching black rose pendant. So again, it's just it can be witchy or it can just be a necklace. So, and Diane, there you go, I have another necklace, a black rose, but also a cute black rose satchel. Baggy. This is Loving Home Hanging Charm. Oh, this is really nice. And they even put a little bit of, does it say on the box? Or does it say in the, fill this enchanting heart with marshmallow root for love and attraction. And the pink rhodonite chips to open the door to love. Do so with the intent to attract the kind of love you desire. Feel free to also add in any notes, amulets, or talismans that feel right for you. This is optional. Hang near the door or window to your home as a charm to welcome love. Look at that. And then it opens, and you put your stuff inside. And then hang it up. Oop. Hang on, I need to close it properly. There you go. And then, yeah, they put the marshmallow root and the chips inside here in little baggies. There's so many subscription boxes now. You can find them for so many different things. So if there's something that you're interested in, you might want to look into subscription boxes. You know, there's probably craft ones, and well, actually I know there's craft ones and lots of different things. So this month's scroll it's got a heart seal on it. Okay, plants and crystals for love spells, parchment scroll. This month's parchment scroll is inscribed with information on the plants and crystals you can use for the different kinds of love you'd like to attract. This information be copied to your grimoire, book of spells, or you can simply place the sheet inside your spellbook. Framed, these scrolls can also add splendor to the walls of your home. It probably says in here, no, I don't know if it says in here, but the thing about attracting love is that you can't, whether it's spiritual or witch or whatever, you can't interfere with other people's free will. So you can do things to attract love into your life and things that you want out of a partner and stuff, but you can't put spells and things like love spells on a specific person. They have free will and they can decide what they want to do with their life. So, packing peanuts. And this is a love potion bottle. Cute little red. And it's got hearts on it. So how cute is that for like my Valentine's decor, right? Loving Vibrations incense. It is a loving blend of lemon balm and rose. Thank goodness they put the writing really big on the back of those because then I can read it. So yummy. And that is it for the February love box. This is not how they pack them. They pack them with love and care. And I'm just shoving everything back into it because, like I said, when I'm done this, I'm going to organize all this stuff. So, 2 more to go, and then, what time is it anyways? Wow. I've just been talking about this. There's something else I want to talk about before we go too, so I hope you're enjoying this anyways. Like I said, if anyone's watching live, you can comment and we can talk about something else. I'm still here, I'm on time, I'm in the same place every week, and so I'm here for people to visit with. If people aren't interacting live, then what else am I going to do? I need to fill the time, right? Ramble about something. So, April, yeah, so my March box is Witchcraft. Craft is highlighted. So this is all about crafting, and this is very exciting. So there is the card, manifestation card. My scroll is folded. It says, putting the craft in witchcraft. Parchment spell sheets. So these are, you can write on these and then you can do whatever you want with them. You can put them into your grimoire, book of shadows. They're all different. And, okay, so, I don't know how to say this word. Ephemera? Yeah, ephemera collection. Now, you get these in, this is like a huge word right now and thing in the scrapbooking world. Ephemera. So, it's like cutouts and stuff, like paper cutouts and things that you would use for scrapbooking. And so, that's basically what my grimoire is going to be, is like scrapbooking and of like witchy things. So these are cool, very exciting. So yep, remember crafting, there's more in there, but this is a cross stitch kit. So it's got your colors, it's got even the little embroidery ring that you use to do it, but you can keep it in that to put it on display. And that is what it would look like. It says, as I will it, so mote it be. Now mote, obviously there's moat around a castle and that kind of stuff, but M-O-T-E, mote. I knew that word to be not a glimmer of light. Yeah, is it a glimmer of light? Like a light shining through, that's a mote. So I had to look it up in this sense too. And I guess this is the saying that a lot of pagans and witchy people and stuff use. As I will it, so mote it be. So basically saying that, you know, I'm asking the universe for it, let it be done. So that is what that means. And this is a box. It's not a puzzle box. Come on, Lisa, get your... There we go. Oh, this is washi tape. So again, like for scrapbooking. It's just tape that you use for in your scrapbooks and stuff. And this is, there's rose quartz crystal chips, positive energy charm bag. Sorry guys, hang on. Oh, all-purpose not magic spell kit? No. Is that what I'm looking at? Oh, here. Positive Energy Charm Bag Kit. Entombed within this package is everything you need to raise the vibration of your home. Here's what it holds. Lavender, dried orange peel, rose quartz chips, white drawstring pouch, and full instructions. And then blue apatite tumbled stone. That's what my stone is this month. That is not it. Where is it? There you go. And my enamel pin. And this is... I love you. Good night, honey. What are they called again? I know what they are, but all-purpose, not magic spell, but it has charms in this bag. It has a ribbon and a piece of like twine. It's got a heart, a star, and a key charm. What's the other word for that star? Like a pentagram. This is right up my alley. Witch Casket Magic Stamp Set. You even get a little brown ink pad and 3 stamps, and then this one says, as I will it, so mote it be. Like, this is awesome. This is exactly the kind of stuff, like, this is going to help me make my little book of shadows and stuff. And this is one of the best things so far. So, and this is what I mean. This takes up a lot of room in this box. And I can use these boxes to keep all my things together. Like, all the incense together, all the, you know. But this is gorgeous. And this is even cooler because I know they are a UK-based company. So, but then you got tea leaves and, you know, tea, like all this kind of stuff. So, how gorgeous is this cup and saucer? So, infuse my tea with love and good intentions, and then drink it, and then I can use loose tea and then read my tea leaves after or whatever. I mean, it'd be hard to see the tea leaf. Like, anyways, that is gorgeous. So that's one of my favorite things so far. So let's not break it. No one said I was a gentle witch. Lisa. Okay, last one, and then we'll get on with the other two things that I need to do before the live is over. So this is April, and it is high power. So we have our monthly manifestation card. We have our scroll, which is parchment scroll. Empowering incantations. Nope, that writing is too small. This month's parchment is inscribed in it with empowering incantations to add power to your magic. This, oh, and then it, you know, the same things it says for others. It can be, okay. So we have, this is a enchanting altar cloth. Altar, what's the other thing again? Your altar is where you work, and your shrine, what's the other word that I said? So altar is like your workbench. And then your, even in spiritual stuff and everything, you know, where you have your pictures of your loved ones and everything else, that is your, oh, that's an altar. No, I don't, my brain still. Okay, so that goes on your altar. And clear quartz crystal point. Now in spiritual work too, there's like, if you look up a crystal with a point on it, there's a lot of work that you can do with that if you do crystal work and everything. Here's another pendulum. Oh, well, it could be used as a pendulum. It's got a point on the end too, but for this they call it a hematite is the type of stone it is, and it's a power pendant. So it's like a necklace. You can wear it as a necklace or take it off and use it as a pendulum. Enamel pin. Power Up Herb Blend, a magical blend of Centauri, blue cohosh, and red carnation. Use this magical herb blend to add power to any spell or ritual. Use to dress or circle candles, add to charm bags and spell jars, or use in ritual baths, etc. Power amulets. Oh yeah, okay, so this is the ocean, wheat, the eye, the apple, the cactus, the sun. Not only can these amulets be carried with you as magical charms, but they have other uses too. In spellcraft, these powerful amulets can be used to set intentions during spells and rituals. You can also add them to charm bags or rituals for extra power. In divination, either draw one amulet from the pouch to find out what needs your focus, or cast all of your, either draw one amulet from the pouch to find out what needs your focus, or cast all of the amulets and read from those which land face up. What these remind me of a little bit is of like ruins, but another little cute pouch. And I guess these guys have been going for, I can't remember how many years now. Like 7 years. Like they've been doing these witch caskets for a long time, which makes me a little bit sad that I don't have everything, but you know, don't need everything. So they are like little, sort of like tokens, and they have the image on them. So apple, sun, eye, what was that, a plant? Cactus, and water, waves. What did it say that the, oh, wheat and the ocean. So let me drop these back in there, and then I'll take one out and I'll see what it means. And this is what needs focus in my life right now. It's the wheat. So it says, Wheat, using spells for harvesting what you deserve, abundance, and wealth. Now remember when you're manifesting and stuff, like when you, and doing, even if you do daily affirmations and stuff like that, abundance can be lots of different things. Abundance means you have a lot of something. So you can't just say, I want an abundance, because what do you want an abundance of? Happiness, love, an abundance of food in your fridge. Do you want an abundance of money in your bank account? Yeah, so abundance, you need to go more into that with what you want from the universe. So, in divination, look at the circumstances in your life where you are not yielding the results you deserve, and make changes to ensure you are valued and rewarded for your efforts. And feel that you're deserving of things. So many people feel like they aren't deserving of good things, but guess what? You are. Power amulets back in their bag. Okay, this is my empowerment spell powder kit. And this is the last thing. It is my hanging curiosity shelf. Because we all need a home for our witchy oddities and curiosities, this adorable shelf was made especially for you with love from us. So, hangs on the wall, and you can put like your stones in there, or little things that you, whatever, you know, your little things, and it's got stars on it, just like my wand. So that is it. That is 5 months worth of my witch caskets, and I need to organize them. But before we go, I want to talk to you guys about 2 things. Oh no, actually 3. Okay, so me and Steve watched, there's a series on Netflix, and you probably, I don't know if you get it in Canada or not, it is from here, but check Netflix. It's a Netflix exclusive, and it's called Baby Reindeer, and it's about this guy who's getting stalked by this woman. He works at a bar, like a pub or whatever, he works at the bar, and she comes up in, and he gives her a cup of tea for free because she doesn't have any money, and then she ends up stalking him, and it is like, so it's 7 parts. Some of them were like 45 minutes, some of them were half an hour. Listen to me. Me and Steve started watching it yesterday. We watched all 7 episodes in a row. We were done at 2 in the morning. But it was like so good, that so sad, so important, and like the messages in it and everything else. It was done well, everything. Like it was, yeah, so we couldn't get enough of it. So make sure you have time in case you want to watch the next episode and the next episode. But I absolutely recommend it. It's called Baby Reindeer on Netflix. What else did I want to tell you guys about? I was listening to a podcast today, you know, End of Life University, which I listened to. And she had this couple on there. They do work with grief and stuff too. The woman does, the wife. So that's, I think, probably how she connected with her, involving grief. But what they were talking about was dating in your older years. So I believe that both of them are in their 80s, and they fell in love with each other, and then decided to, they've written a book or 2 about like what to do, how to navigate dating in your older years. Not necessarily in your 80s, but even in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Like, it was a different time back. Like, first of all, we weren't living as long in our grandparents' days, necessarily. And a lot of people who were widowed or widower might not think that they should get remarried or date or all those things. But we're living longer, and we all deserve love, even if it's a second or third time around and everything else. Oh, bye, Mom. I don't know why Mom said bye, Lisa, but maybe she has to go somewhere. So, the book is called, it's on my phone, so I can't tell you right now. I was trying to print off the thing. I'll put it in the comments. Open to Love. I think it's called Open to Love. It's by 2 doctors, and again, I'll put it in the comments, and I'll try to have it on next week. I haven't read the book, but I listened to the interview. I'll put the link to the interview on here as well. It's End of Life University, one of the latest episodes on End of Life University, and they have some great advice for people who are single and older and how to navigate that and, you know, what different things. So I think it's really interesting. It's obviously a specific area for a specific type of person, but I think it's relevant, it's good, and I really enjoyed the interview, so the book is probably really good as well. That was, then what it made me think of was, you know, our death question. So this, I'm really proud of this that I did this week. Oh, I finished my recipe divider cards too. I was going to show you guys that, but I printed this out, and it's Pepper Two's End of Life Planning, and I just make a plan. I printed that out, I glued that in, and I might not have answered all my questions, but I finally wrote down all my questions in here, a page per question basically, or like this one took up like so much that I left a page to answer. So all 30 questions have been written in my book, and I have answered a few in the front, so now I can go through and answer all of them. I am going to, I know I do the little like cute little picture things with the questions, but I'm going to do a document where it's all the writing, all the questions, all the writing. So if you want that from me, then I can send it to you, and you can just print them off and have all the questions with you, so you can just shove it in the front of the book, or, you know, you don't have to recopy every question like I did, or you can print it out and then glue it in, or whatever you want to do. But I'm going to do it so it's easier for people who haven't started when we started, or, yeah, who want to do these 30 questions. So this, like I said, I'm going to do these questions again, because even rewriting them, I realize how important and how relevant they are. Whether you want to talk about this stuff or not, it's very important to talk about. What I was thinking about for today's question is, how do you feel about love after loss? So whether you've been divorced or you've lost your partner, especially in your older years, how do you feel about moving on if you lose your spouse? What if you were the one who passed away? Would it be okay for, obviously you're gone, so it might be different, but how do you feel about your spouse moving on with somebody else after you've passed away, if they meet someone? How do you feel about you moving on with somebody else after your spouse passes away? Now, sometimes we can't answer these things because we don't know how we're going to feel or what we're going to be like if and when ourselves or our partner pass away. But have you had that talk with your partner? Have you told them, listen, I am comfortable with you moving on. We all deserve love, and I know that you love me completely, but if something happens to me, absolutely, and you meet someone else, absolutely move on, because, you know, we're here to live our own lives as well, and if I'm gone, then there's no reason you can't move on. Or are you like, nah, I'm the only one for you, you better not move on with anybody else, even if I die, you are for me, and that's it. But because I always tell Steve he's stuck with me forever, but I also, so even though I'll haunt him, he is still allowed to move on and have somebody else if something happens to me. But yeah, so is it till death do us part, or is it we're stuck together for eternity? And how do you feel about that for yourself or for your spouse? Yeah, so that's what question 31 is going to be, and that's what you're going to answer. And it might be something you've never even thought about, or, like I said, can't answer right now, but that is the question of the week. So, books that I'm reading, TV that I'm watching, the recipe cards, I didn't show you, but I finished. So I was proud of myself for finishing the recipe cards. I put a little stamp on each one of a bumblebee, and that is because I thought, what can connect all the recipe, and then I put the title of each category. I want to make like subcategories as well, like cards for subcategories, but the bee I thought was good because it's a stamp that like, it's not food, but every food category, you know, pollinators have to pollinate the plants for us to get seeds, or, you know, so it's the theme. It goes with every food group, I thought. Anyways, so that's what I did on them. I'll show them to you guys next week. Everything else, you guys have a lovely week. Do I have anything coming up this week? Not crazy not anything like really spectacular that, you know, but yeah, so I will see you guys next Sunday. That is the 28th, and it'll be episode 8 of season 14. I don't know what to tell you guys. This month is going by quickly. We've had some sunny days here. The weather is still a bit chilly for here, like 11 as a high today, I think. But the sun is shining. I've got some sun this week. That makes me so happy, even just sitting outside in the sun. And I look forward to even nicer weather and just getting things in order. I love that I'm putting some of the plants that I have in pots. I'm trying to get lots of them into the raised beds. No veg growing in the raised beds this year because of going away for the summer. And so what I'm doing is putting lots of plants into the dirt for the summer. They'll have a nice growing season for themselves, and then whoever I get to watch my plants while I'm gone will have less work because lots of them, instead of being in pots, they'll be in the raised beds. It's going to look gorgeous. Like I've put the bananas and the cannas in, and they're going to be the centerpiece. So I hope my bananas and my cannas get really big, and then smaller things around them. So getting all those in there, it's also less work for me while I'm here. So yes, getting the house organized more, getting the garden organized more, and then getting rid of things. And I'm just simplifying my life, as I say, with all this crap that I have over here now. Simplifying my life, focusing on the things that matter to me. And when we do all these death questions, the thing that I have to ask myself the most is, if I was going to die soon, what am I in a position where I'd be comfortable, like that I feel like, I mean, we're always going to have more things on our to-do list, but what is it that I would want to get done? You know, what, you know, the legacy I want to leave. And my thing is that whether they ever get published or not, I want my journals caught up. I want my journals caught up to where I am and finished before I die. So that is, I've written in journals for the last 10 years. Well, since I was 6, I've written in journals. But if I have things over here and some on my phone and some in emails and something, like, I want to put them all together and organize them and put them all like that. So that's something that I do want to focus time on, whether it's taking away time from being in the garden or whatever. I really want my journals caught up, because the truth is, we don't know when we're going to go. Me and Steve were just talking about somebody who passed away just in their early 50s, and I think it was a heart attack. Like, we don't know when we're going to go or how we're going to go. So most important is, are you confident and comfortable with what you're leaving behind? And if not, even if we're going to live for another 20, 30, 40, 50 years, let's focus on doing what we want in this lifetime, as long as it's not hateful or harmful to anybody else. Let's do what we want in this lifetime and get things done that we want to, you know, do to leave behind for others. What is our legacy? Work on that and ask yourself, what makes you happy? What do you want to get out of this life? Are you happy now? And what do you need to do to change it to, you know, get on the path that you want to be on? Love you guys. We will see you next Sunday. Have a great week. If you have any questions or you want to talk about anything, you can message me. Otherwise, I will see you guys next Sunday. Okay? Bye.